honest opinion. You ask me, can this new captain promise you a life of prizes, plunder, and adventure? Aye.
What the hell? Don't want to see an ad. Okay. Let's finish this up. Should be just about done. Okay. Ba-dum-bum-bum. Ba-dum-bum-bum. So they want me to go to where? Tulum? Tulum. Okay. Well, let's go to Tulum. Let's go to Tulum. Sail to sea. Sail to sea.
Every last scrap of duck on the wind!
Look ahead, look astern, look the weather in the lee. Go high, go low, and so sail we. I see a wreck to windward and a lofty ship to lee. A sailing down along the coast of high Barbary. Are you a pirate or a man of war? Go high, go low, and so sail we. Oh no, I'm not a pirate, but a marine. Broadside for broadside they sailed we, until at last the frigate shot the pirates' mast away. Sailing down along the coast of high Barbary. With cutlass and gun, oh, we fought for hours 3. Go high, go low, and so sailed we. The ship, it was their coffin, and the grave, it was the sea. Sailing down along the coast of high Barbary.
Next song.
All right, lad.
Where am I to go, me Johnny? So where am I to go? Way, hey, hey, I roll and go. Oh, where am I to go, me Johnny? So where am I to go? For I'm a young sailor boy, and where am I to go? Oh,
Hey.
way up on that gallant yard, that's where you're bound.
Let's get this through this.
Gallant yard, that's where you're bound to go. For I'm a young sailor boy, and where am I to go? Away upon that gallant yard and take the gasoline. Away, hey, hey, I roll and go. Away upon that gallant yard and take the gasoline. For I'm a young sailor boy, and where am I to go? You're bound away to Kingston town, that's where you're bound to go. Away, hey, hey, I roll and go. You're bound away to Kingston town, that's where you're bound to go. For I'm a young sailor boy, and where am I to go? Yep.
Running down to Cuba with a load of sugar. Way boys to Cuba.
Mate was junkety went below to take a swing at his bottle out.
It is time.
Did you ever see a wild goose sailing o'er the ocean?
So handy, me boy, so handy. Why can't she be so handy? Oh,
Now you're ready to sail for the Horn. Roll and go. Our boots and our clothes, boys, are all in the Horn. To be rollicking round.
All you young sailormen, listen to me. I'll sing you a song of the fish in the sea, and it's windy weather, boys, stormy weather, boys, when the wind blows, we're all together, boys, blow ye winds westward, blow ye winds, oh, jolly sou'wester, boys, steady she goes, up jumps
Way up she rises, way up she rises, way up she rises, early in the morning. What will we do with the drunken sailor? What will we do with the drunken sailor? What will we do with the drunken sailor? Early in the morning. Way up she rises, way up she rises, way up she rises, early in the morning. Put him in the scuppers with the hose pipe on him. Put him in the scuppers with the hose pipe on him. Put him in the scuppers with the hose pipe on him. Early in the morning.
Oh, hello, cat.
Way up she rises, way up she rises, way up she rises, early in the morning. Put him in the brig until he's sober. Put him in the brig until he's sober. Put him in the brig until he's sober. Early in the morning. Way up she rises. Way up.
Now, out of curiosity, how many... So I've got 3 sequences left. And then this one. And I just want to see something.
She rises.
Nancy Dawson, hey ho!
Hey, boys, how, just hear the old man say,
To me, Johnny Bunker, come rock and roll me over. To me, Johnny
oh, poor old Stormy's dead and gone.
Oh, poor old Stormy's dead.
I have to say, I do like General Taylor better.
Come along, Stormy.
Even though it's got certain things that are the same.
I dug his grave with a silver spade. I dug his grave with a silver spade. Aha!
Come along, get along.
Stormy along, I lured him down with a golden chain. I lured him down with a golden chain. Aha!
Come along, get along.
Stormy along.
I carried him away to Montego Bay.
I carried him away to Montego Bay. Aha!
Come along, get along.
Except... I need to get the outfit too. Where is the outfit? ignore you for right this instant. Let's go open up this. The last collectible that I have. Interact. And whether or not I wear it, hard to say. Oh, don't hide. Game by completing main outfit was created using the Gaber's first civilization materials and has the ability to deflect metal projectiles. Always useful, because that would be bullets. And oh good, the tails aren't too long. Because that's the part I hate, is those long floppy coats. Okay, let's go down and talk to Buddy Boy. Hello, Ade.
Jesus, Ade, what the hell happened here?
You happened here, Edward. The damage you caused 6 years ago has not been undone.
I'm not an easy man to call a friend, am I? Is that why you're here?
To fight beside a man so driven by personal gain and glory is a hard thing, Edward. And I have come to feel the assassins and their creed a more honorable course. Have I been unfair?
No. For years I've been rushing around taking whatever I fancied, not giving a tinker's curse for those I hurt. And yet here I am, with riches and a reputation, feeling no wiser than when I left home. Yet when I turn around, look at the course I've run. There's not a man or woman that I love left standing beside me.
There is time to make amends, Captain Kennedy.
Mary. Before she died, she asked me to do good by her, to sort out the mess I made. Can you help me?
So not sure if I
Mary
like
was
it.
fond of you, Edward. She saw something in your bearing that gave her hope you might one day fight with us.
Aye. She told me.
And what do you think of our creed?
It's hard to say. For if nothing is true, then why believe anything? And if everything is permitted, why not chase every desire?
Why, indeed.
It might be that this idea is only the beginning of wisdom, not its final form.
That's quite a step up from the Edward I met here many years ago. So what do you think?
It'll take some getting used to.
The second attack this month, I should have moved this village long ago.
I brought all this upon you years ago, but I will stand by you now.
It will take more than a few favors to call yourself a true assassin, Edward.
One thing at a time, mate.
Yeah. He needs a hood. I grab through the with a lethal grappling knife. Press triangle while above to assassinate. Hold triangle while above your target and move to O and assassinate him. Yeah.
Only attack once more. Come.
I have them, I might as well craft them. Get that over and done with.
To the beach! Ah, bist du?
¿Llevas tiempo con esta compañía? Desde el año pasado que salí de la local. ¿Por qué lo dejaste? Podría darle entre las...
¡Un blanco claro! ¡Blanco claro!
I need more rope darts. Oh, you're not gonna help me any. You're not gonna help me. I just want to see something. Want to see something. What is rope dart thing? Hostages. Legendary ships. Missions. Guess not. Guess not. Not what I wanted to do. Get onto that tree branch. But I have to find a way up to it. Because I want to be above. Oh, for the love of God, just go up the fucking tree. Maybe on this side. Close to that side. That's what I wanted to do. Now, was that so hard?
¡Venceremos a esos gusanos!
Blanco claro.
¡Ah, tiro!
Lo veo directamente. Blanco claro.
¡Listo para abrir fuego! ¡Lo veo directamente!
Tengo en mi línea de tiro.
¡Aprovechad la ventaja!
Okay, it's not very graceful. And that's why I don't use them that often.
Good to see you here, brother. Swift and clean.
¡No nos rendimos fácilmente!
Why the fuck isn't he moving?
¡Aprovechad la ventaja!
Tú.
I'm lacking patience today. Regenerate some health. I need some help.
¡Disparadle por el franco! ¡En el punto de mira! ¡Puedo disparar! ¡Desde aquí! ¡Tengo línea de tiro! ¡Puedo abatirlo de tiro!
Está a tiro.
¡Allá va una granada! ¡Objetivo a la vista!
¡Mantened la posición y avanzad a mi señal!
¡Es mío! ¡Puedo darle!
¡Puedo abatirlo de tiro!
¡Chicos!
Got it. Wasn't exactly stealthy or anything, but got the job done.
And once more, you have our thanks, Edward. You are welcome here.
Thank you, sir. I'll rest here for a time before setting up, if I may. How's her child?
She is a strong woman, but not invincible.
I'm sorry for your loss.
If I'd stayed in prison, they'd have taken him from me. He'd never be alive. Maybe this is God's way of saying I'm not fit to be a mother yet. Carrying on like I do. Cursing, drinking, fighting.
You are a fighter, aye. In prison, I heard stories of the infamous Anne Bonny and Mary Read taking on the King's Navy together. Just the pair of you.
It's all true. Anne would have won that day if Jack and his lads weren't passed out in the hold from drink. I thought... Everyone's gone, aren't they? Mary, Rackham, Touch, all the rest. I miss them so. Rough as they were. Do you feel that too? All empty inside?
I do. Devil curse me. I do. I know my targets by sight well enough. But how will I find them?
We have spies and informants in every city. Visit our bureaus and the assassins there will guide you.
That fixes Torres and Rogers. Bartholomew Roberts won't be near any city. It might take months to find him.
Or years. But you're a man of talent and quality, Captain Kenway. I believe you will find him.
And if you're at a loss, don't be afraid to call on your quartermaster for aid.
Quartermaster! What's our present course?
Due west, Captain, if it's still Kingston we're sailing for.
It is indeed, Miss Bonny. Call it out.
Weigh anchor and let fall the courses, lads! We're sailing for Jamaica!
Okay. What to do, what to do, what to do.
How does it feel to bark so loud?
I've barked louder, and to men twice as rough.
Tending bar at the old Aviary, you mean?
Among other places. And I sailed with Mary and Rackham for a time, remember?
Of course.
Mary did most of the captaining, Jack did most of the drinking.
Did Mary... Did she ever tell you who it was that fathered her child?
It was a young fella. Sailed with us on that last voyage. Poor lad was killed fighting beside us. The only man not too drunk to stand up for himself.
There was so much about her I didn't know. I called her a friend. But was I one in return?
She thought the world of you, Edward. I've no worries about that.
Well, that's good to hear.
I laid him in his claw not many leagues from the shore. How I murdered William Moore as I sailed. I murdered William Moore as I sailed.
Why am I going this way? I'm nowhere near Jamaica. I'm going totally in the wrong direction, aren't I? Fine. We will fast travel there.
Get the mains free! Please tell me
every inch of sail!
Tell me now, what is this good boat's name?
Yep. Wanna go to Kingston.
Seems you could use a little help disappearing, friend.
Possibly.
You require my services.
I want to sell some stuff. Hold on to the other stuff for now. But I really don't need any of these. Hold on to the bone. Okay.
Excellent. Good day.
Care to lose the lawman, friend?
I don't really care. I don't like this outfit. I know it does better with the bullets, but don't like it. Okay.
Benvenuto, capitano. Cammino.
Just doesn't want to lead another attack.
Okay, so I gotta go there. Talk to what's his face. And this is how I knew them.
Captain Kenway.
You have something for me?
The present whereabouts of the Templar Woods Rogers. He is attending a small political function, so do it clean.
The word is King George is calling Rogers back to London.
Aye, not happy with his progress in Nassau.
Still too many pirates roaming about from what I hear.
You'll need a disguise to fool the powderheads at this party. I suggest the visiting diplomat, Ruggiero Ferraro. He's been on our list for some time.
Understood. Will you send this to England for me?
Aye. The ship leaves tomorrow.
Caroline Scott Kenway, Hawkins Lane, Bristol.
Okay, the Italian diplomat. So what do I have? Absolutely nothing except my blades, huh?
Garrison officers.
is no beauty to this city. No expression of joy, no aesthetic plan. You walk your streets like animals, like cattle with no sense of decorum. Idiots. You are all idiots. How do English believe you can subdue the world is beyond me.
They make life impossible for honest traders. What other choice have we got? Vice Admiral of the Darrow sees himself. Such a sleep.
Ah, praise God for imported wines. Who can drink rum more than once a month? Mio Dio, it's revolting.
Easy enough. Okay.
Oh, God. These sick people still came down in the night with a score of warriors. Absconded with the slaves and...
You'd think he'd recognize him at all. He doesn't look particularly like the Italian diplomat.
Salve. Forgive the lateness of my arrival. I am Rogero Ferraro.
Aye, Mr. Ferraro. Not a problem.
Ladies and gentlemen, a toast to my brief tenure as Governor of the Bahamas. Under my watch, no less than 300 of our pirates took the king's palm and swore fealty to the crown. Yet, for all my successes, His Majesty has seen fit to sack me and call me home to England. Brilliant! God bless the fucker! Therefore, hooray! Hooray for the ignoble and ignorant prigs who rule the world with sticks up their asses! Hooray!
Does he come past this bench?
Shove off, totty-headed wag. And how is Mrs. Rogers these days?
I haven't the faintest idea, and I don't intend to inquire any further. We separated almost 5 years ago, and both our lives have been the better for it.
Forgive my curiosity, Governor.
Perhaps I'll be more candid later, when the remainder of my reason has left me.
You're not some cloak-twitching prig, are you? I must find Egress. Which way?
She was a privateer once. How is it you lack so much respect for sailors only trying to make their way in this world?
You couldn't possibly understand my motives, cretin! You have spent a whole lifetime dismantling everything that makes our civilization shine.
But I do understand. I've seen the observatory, and I know its power. You'd use that device to spy and blackmail and sabotage.
Yes. And yet all for a greater purpose. To ensure justice. To snuff out lies and to seek truth.
There's no man on Earth who needs that power.
Yet you suffer the outlaw Roberts to use it.
No. I'm taking it back. And if you tell me where he is, I'll stop the man.
Here at the edge of a blade, I find a friend in you at last.
Principe. The
mad bastard. Our best source is... say Principe.
Shit! Make for home! Run, run!
You!
That man there! The Italian! He did it!
I'm escaping the area. I'm hiding. I'm hiding. Oh. Okay, reach the hideout. Okay.
Settle down. There's no need for being ornery. Now it's
What does it say here about Woods Rogers? Adewale. Read the first part, read that second part. From that point forward, Ade sailed as the quartermaster aboard Captain Edward's ship, the Jackdaw. Operating out of Nassau for a time, they grew wealthy off their spoils and lived off the lives they had always dreamed. But Ade was a man who valued the democratic ideals of this pirate community far above the spoils they acquired while living it. And as he saw Edward Kenway fall deeper and deeper into a spiral of selfish greed and pointless glory, he wondered if there wasn't a better alternative, a more noble cause he might adopt to suit his ideals. In 1720, these very ideals were put to the test when Captain Kenway sailed to a meeting with the notorious Bartholomew Roberts. Adewale never trusted Roberts and had hoped Edward might come to the same conclusion before it was too late. Unfortunately, Ade's instincts were correct. In Edward's absence, Roberts' enormous crew attacked the Jackdaw, hoping to subdue her. Ade took command of the brig and sailed her and the crew to safety, regretting the loss of his captain but confident he had made the right decision. Some months later, Ade resolved to meet with Tabe at the assassin village in Tulum. There he spoke at length with the old mentor and asked him many questions about their order. After hearing answers that pleased him greatly, Ade joined the order and set about devising a scheme to locate his old captain. Many months later, Ade and the assassins got word that Edward Kenway had been languishing for many months in a prison in Port Royal. They learned, too, that Mary Read and Bonnie had also been taken there. Ade and Tabe had put a plan in motion to rescue them. After the rescue, a tragic success, Ade returned to the Jackdaw intact to Captain Kenway and bade him visit the assassins as soon as he was able. And in due time, Edward did just that.
It's done.
Where now?
Grab your kit and pack well. We're sailing for Africa.
Okay, now is there something about Woods Rogers? No.
He won't come. His wife's gone into labour.
We can bring you in for trial, or string you up here. You'll be swimming through your own innards!
Thanks. Kenway, isn't it? I'm with you.
Yeah, well. It's because I'm a badass. He's in his own mind. Get back to my boat. Go back to my boat. My boat, my boat, my boat. Fast travel. Oh, excuse me, hiccups. Fine, if you're not gonna sail fast travel, I guess we won't.
All sail! She'll take it!
Loose sail! Push out all she'll take, Jack!
Now will it? Because I just don't want to be sailing all that way.
Loose and trim too!
Loose the main! Half sail!
As much sail as you can!
Oh,
Miss,
gone.
are the hooks tight? Give the order, sir! Trim the yards off the wind!
Stunsails in! Clew up, Gallants!
Riding by, oh poor old man. Says I, old man, your horse will die. And we say so, and we know so. If he dies, we'll grant him my poor old man.
More sail!
I'll ride him again, and we say so, and we know so. And I'll ride him until the Lord knows when. Oh poor old man. He's dead as a nail in the lamp room door. And we say so, and we know so. And he won't come worrying us no more. Oh poor old man. We'll use the hair of his tail to sew our sails. And we say so, and we know so. And the iron of his shoes to make deck nails. Oh poor old man. Drop him down with the long, long rope. And we say so, and we know so. Where the sharks will have his body and the devil take his soul. Oh poor old man.
Down west old ship that ever did sail, sailed on an Erich on a windy day, and we're waiting for day, waiting for day,
Farewell and adieu to you Spanish ladies. Farewell and adieu to you ladies of Spain. For we've received orders for to sail for old England, and we may never see you fair ladies again. We'll rant and we'll roar like true British sailors. We'll rant and we'll roar all on the salt seas until we strike soundings in the channel of old England. From ocean to Scilly is 35 leagues. We hove our ship to with the wind from southwest, boys. We hove our ship to deep soundings to take. 'Twas 45 fathoms with a white sandy bottom. So we squared our main yard and up channel did steer. We rant and we'll roar like true British sailors. We'll rant and we'll roar all on the salt seas and wheels soundings in the channel of holding.
Royal misfortune. Those guys didn't have a good day.
Captain! Here's one still kicking!
Who did this?
It were a large vessel, the Royal Fortune.
Roberts.
Offered no quarter, didn't say nothing.
Okay. Okay, let's see what's around here. How many soldiers do I need to kill with exploding powder barrels?
Stop!
Oh, you want to bet?
You there! He's too... I have a shot!
What's wrong with exploding powder barrels? Hey! Hello, pig. Damn it. Why didn't they die? They should have died. problem with these frickin' guns is they don't load very fast, do they? Good. Now I don't... Fuck me. Run away! Run away! Run away like a coward!
Avasti, let's have your covenant!
Like a coward. More health. Come on, get my health back.
Hold!
And you're dead. Damn it. Come on. Come on. Don't be a pain in my ass. You are being a pain in my ass. I wanted to load it, not...
Hey, get out of those bushes!
Just die already. do we have? 2 guys there. No guy there.
Why? Who chases me now, eh? Is it a spectre come to spoof me? Ah, or the gaunt remains of a man I sent to hell?
I was impressed with the carpenter by Nathaniel North when our ship was taken in the Philippines. Yeah, but dead many years.
That way he's out of my hair. Do I have to do anything else?
Have a line on him!
Where are these people? Thistle. How close does he come? How close does he come? Come on. Come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. And now you're dead.
I usually try it in the
gonna go? Where is he gonna go? Hiding spot, hiding spot, hiding spot. Even though I know he's in there. Just jump, damn it! Fine. Ugh. Ugh. Fuckers!
I can hit him from here! Shoot the bastard! Don't inside me!
Fuckers!
The way is blocked, Captain. We'll have to find another path.
Oh, fuck.
He's lobbing mortar shot at us.
We're being touched! On your mark, come out! We're ready, sir! Fire! Fire!
That wing!
Fire!
Mortar, Captain!
Yeah, I got those
Ready
two.
to fire! 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 Damn these eyes! Ready to fire, sir! Fire! 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 No back ride! Fire! We're ready, sir! Fire! 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 Fire!
Edward!
Flying British colours!
This'll be a mess if we don't hurry.
I'm hurrying, you silly buggers.
Shall we sink his ship, Captain? We've a better than even chance.
No. There's a device with him that needs taking. I'll have to board her myself.
can I not be impressed by the attention you paid me? May the best of we two sing praises of the second.
Oh, bugger.
As promised. How well I know myself. And what of you, Edward? Have you found the peace you seek?
I'm not aiming so high as that. For what's peace but a confusion between two wars?
Oh, you're a stoic then. But perhaps I was wrong about you. She might have had some use for you after all.
She? Of whom do you speak?
Oh, she who lies in wait. Entombed. I had hoped to find her, to see her again, to open the door of the temple and hear her speak my name once more.
Talk sense, man.
Oh, I was born too soon. Like so many others before.
Where's the device, Robert?
Destroy this body, Edward. The Templars. If they take me...
And... there he goes. Throws him in a fire or something? I tried. Didn't go where I wanted to.
Tops! Gallants! Royal!
Now where? Now where? Havana. Well, let's go here. I don't feel like sailing all the way there. Okay. Let's see what we have for progress. In which Edward? What do I want? I want to go there and add some stuff.
Le deseo lo mejor, señor. ¡Quieto ahí!
Ah, fuck.
¡Está por allí!
Un fresquísimo pescado ayer a la venta por solo 5 la libra.
Care to lose all the unwanted attention?
So where am I going here? Oh, I'm going that way. There is nobody around. The place is deserted. Hello, Rona. Where's that Mary?
Ah, Captain Kenway. I'm assuming this is the friendliest face you've seen since dropping anchor?
Is Havana under curfew on my account?
Aye. Torres seems to think someone's coming after him.
He's not wrong.
A monkey-looking thing? Is that what I think it is?
Aye. Watch. Through the blood of the governor, we can see through his eyes.
That's by the church.
Keep this safe. Just in case.
I'll be at the bureau. Good luck.
Okay. Up we go. When in doubt, go up. When in doubt, go up. Just climb the fucking ladder, Edward.
Tenemos un asunto pendiente con el tiburón en el castillo. El señor Torres querrá hablar con nosotros personalmente.
¿El propio Torres? Menudo honor.
No te alteres, amigo. Esto no es una reunión de sociedad. Seguidnos.
¡Alto ahí!
Fine. In this case, don't go up.
señor, disculpe, pero ¿por qué tenemos que entrar ahí? Ya han enviado a la mayoría de la flota.
¿Estás cuestionando una orden directa, soldado?
No, señor, pero es que...
Bien.
¡Atención!
En alerta por esos asesinos.
Calla. Un rumor acaba con la confianza más rápido que una bala. Ni menciones
Hey,
a
which
los
way are you gonna
asesinos.
go?
He oído historias sobre ellos. Espero que te equivoques.
Ahí, vosotros dos. Cerrad esas bocas antes de que os las tenga que cerrar yo.
Señor, sí, señor.
Oh, Dios, ¿ahora qué? Cállate. Bien, continuemos. Vosotros, seguidnos. Y esta vez no vayáis a meter la pata.
I'm tailing El Tiburon.
¡Abrid paso!
¡Alto ahí!
¡Cuánto brío!
¡A vuestras posiciones!
Oh, you son of a bitch.
¡Eh, tú! ¡Alto! ¡Lo tengo justo en la mira! ¡Venga, andando! ¡Tú! ¡Para!
Should have worked. Should have worked. Okay. That's not combat. get a sense of where I was at. Fine, I didn't know he was going to run away. I thought he was running too.
¡Alto ahí! ¡Quieto ahí!
Fine, if I have to combat, I don't care. I just want to get through this.
¡Quieto ahí!
Avisadme si veis algo.
¡Tú, espera!
Get it over and
You're
done
done,
with.
Torres.
It's a fake.
This again, eh?
¡Alto ahí!
You're a canny one up close. No man's you know about a gun.
Fuck me. He's a pain in my ass is what he is.
¡Vuelve aquí! ¡Maldita sea! ¡Por el flanco! ¡Mirad! ¡Va por...
There you go. Gunshots work too.
If you could speak, mate, it would gladden me to hear your side.
Yeah, well.
You humbled me once, and I took that hard lesson, and I bettered myself. Die, knowing that for all of our conflict, you helped make a soldier out of a scoundrel. Leave this life for a lasting peace, down among the dead.
And when in doubt, escape and go on it. I'm trying. All the way up. Okay, what do we have here? Database. People. Bartholomew. Read all that. Burned his Shortly after this incident, Roberts was tracked by British authorities to the west coast of Africa, not many miles from where he had begun his career as captain, Ambushed by those who wanted him dead, Roberts was reported to have dressed in his finest clothes before stepping out onto the deck of his ship, directly into the hail of cannon fire and grape shot. In a flurry of projectiles, Roberts' throat was torn out. He slumped to the deck, coming to rest against one of his cannons, and quietly bled to death. His crew, believing he was resting, reprimanded their captain before discovering his true fate. When they realized he was dead, they picked his body up and tossed it into the ocean, giving him a proper sailor's burial and denying any British ideas to cart his body home and put it on display. Thus, with a quiet splash, ended the boisterous career of the brash and bold Bartholomew Black Bart Roberts. Ships. Yeah. Well, it must say something about Woods Rogers, even if it doesn't show up here. No. I need to reach where? Can I buy some supplies? Supplies are always good. I like supplies.
Que tenga un buen día y mucha suerte. It's pouring rain. There we go. Hello, girls.
Torres left the city. Who were you chasing?
That vial was labeled Torres, but held the blood of his second. Where's he gone?
Left port this morning, heading west along the coast.
The observatory.
Can you follow?
Send word to Atabai. We've cornered our man.
Yeah, well, whatever. Whatever.
Give me some speed!
What's this Torres doing looking for the observatory? When you're holding the treasure yourself?
Torres doesn't know I have it.
So why bring it to him and risk its capture?
I'd like him to know I have it, just before he dies.
That's all! Let's get moving!
There was a ship, she sailed to Spain. Oh, roll and go. There was a ship came up.
Where am I going? Where am I?
Home again. Tommy's on the topsail yard. What do you think was
Loose all! Let's move!
Where the hell am I going? There I'm going. Jamaica. There I'm going.
Edward, there's a fleet blocking the cove we want.
Aye, the Armada. That's Torres and his men.
And you're going to do what, exactly?
Find our way past them.
Ahoy, Captain. Need to go underground?
Not so much.
What can I do for you today?
I need to buy some ammunition. Particularly mortars.
All the best. I can keep the heat up.
Easy, man. Are you mad?
Let out some sail! Crowd it all on!
Hey, boys. Oh, as I was going to Derby, it was on a market. I met the finest ramsel that ever was fed upon a. That's a lie, that's a lie, that's a lie, lie, lie. This ram and I got drunk, sir, as drunk could be. And when we sobered up, sir.
Trouble blowing in! Man of war, sir! Their ancients are Spanish! Seems to be alone, sir!
Where are you trying to go there, Eddie? That'll do. Flag. Oh, fine. Down too far. Went down too fucking far. Okay. Repair my own ship.
Ready to fire, sir! Fire! Ready to fire, sir! Fire! Take a shot! Right there, sir! Fire!
Keep out of there, heavy shot!
Fire!
Forces there!
Yeah, I could.
Lights off! Let's get moving! Take the shot, sir! On your mark, Captain!
Yeah, I didn't feel like doing the whole boarding thing. Just didn't feel like it.
Starboard! Shipwreck survivor!
fully dancing for.
Ever a splinter.
Who's this Taurus? And what's your man done to earn a death sentence?
He's a Templar, like Rogers and Hornigold. Men cooking up schemes to use the Observatory for ill purposes. For power and control. The violence you cause with this thing would be subtle but heavy. Deadly, yet leaving no mark. Does that make sense?
Like, if there was a drought and people was thirsty, and one man had a large cask of water but gave a sip to none, he'd be a killer with no blood in his hands.
Aye, like that.
Fair enough.
Free the Guardian hostages.
Lord, there's a bit of a chill, isn't there? Thought we might see some soldiers in the light. Maybe they've gone?
No, they're here. Deep in the jungle.
Okay, I need to go. Just gotta slow down a little bit. I think.
Soldiers, just there. What should we do?
Well, Mary, get out of my way.
Jeez, look at all this. Corpses for miles.
They brought every ounce of menace they had.
Okay. target. Crocodile? I'm not hanging a freaking crocodile.
Do you see them, Edward?
Okay, those aren't guys that I'm trying to get to. Reach the observatory.
The sun is up ahead.
Yeah, I figured that.
¿Listo para sangrar?
You're mine!
Nothing. Stuff.
strange. What is it?
Later, Anne. I'll tell you all when this is finished.
Because he doesn't really know himself. Oh, Jesus, Anne. Get out of my fucking way.
Holy Mother of God. Is this the place we've come to see?
Aye. Stand watch here, and let none follow.
Fit for another dozen fights, aye.
Okay, down we go.
¡Mis piernas! ¡Oh, mis piernas! ¡Venga, muévete! ¡No puedo! ¡Mis piernas no responden!
Okay, misjudged that horribly. I hate.
¡Venga, muévete! ¡No puedo! ¡Mis piernas no responden! ¡Déjalo! ¡Déjalo! ¡Volvemos todos! ¡Levántate! ¡No quiero dejarte aquí! ¡Será vuestro funeral! ¡Por favor! ¡Por favor, no me
Oh, for God's sakes! Just jump on the frickin' thing. You can catch everything else, Eddie.
¡Venga, muévete! ¡No puedo! ¡Mis piernas no responden! ¡Déjalo! ¡Déjalo! ¡Volvemos todos! ¡Bastardón! ¡Levántate! ¡No quiero dejarte aquí! ¡Será vuestro funeral! ¡Por favor! ¡Por favor! ¡No me avances aquí! ¡Respirad está aquí!
Not sure. where I came from. Nope.
¡Venga, muévete! ¡No puedo! ¡Mis piernas no responden! ¡Déjalo! ¡Déjalo! ¡Moriremos todos! ¿Has oído? ¡Levántate! ¡No quiero dejarte aquí! ¡Será vuestro funeral! ¡Por favor! ¡Por favor, no me abandonéis!
Oh, for the love of God!
¡Venga, muévete! ¡No puedo! ¡Mis piernas no responden! ¡Déjalo! ¡Déjalo! ¡Moriremos todos! ¿Has oído? ¡Levántate! ¡No quiero dejarte aquí! ¡Será vuestro funeral! ¡Por favor! ¡Por favor, no me abandones! ¡Está aquí! ¡Estirada está aquí!
Nuestro deber es quedarnos con Torres. ¿Dónde vais?
¡Ese viejo conseguirá que nos maten a todos!
¡Te castigo!
No! Ah, for God's sakes. Jump too far.
Hemos activado algo.
No shit, you triggered something.
¡Registrarlo todo! ¡Hay que parar esta locura! ¡Lo tengo a tiro! ¡Rápido! ¡Se está escapando! ¡Está aquí, matando!
Just jump! Oh, for the love of God, I don't want to go that direction. I can't see where I'm supposed to go, is the problem. Yes, I know this. Jump! Fuck, he doesn't want to jump, but I don't know why. Oh, this is almost painful. Where? I don't know where I'm supposed to go. Painful, painful, painful. Oh, for the love of God! One 1,000, two 1,000. This is where I'm not sure where the hell I'm supposed to go. I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
Taken power for ourselves and brought these miserable empires to their knees. There is so much potential in you. So much you have not yet accomplished.
Yeah, well, now you're dead.
Captain Kenway, ever a splinter in my side. Does this murder fulfill you?
I'm only seeing a job done, Torres. As you'd have done with me.
As we have done, I think. You have no family anymore, no friends, no future. Your losses are far greater than ours.
That may be. But killing you rights a far greater wrong than ever I did.
You honestly believe that?
You would see all of mankind corralled into a neatly furnished prison, safe and sober, yet dulled beyond reason and sapped of all spirit. So with everything I've seen and learned in these last years, I do believe it.
You wear your convictions well. They suit you.
Torres awakened something fierce. Are we safe?
With the device returned, I believe so.
What do you call this place?
Almost
Captain
done.
Kenway's folly!
Etsawol tesu tukilana. Kakwene. We will seal this place and discard the key. Until another sage appears, this door will remain locked.
There were files when I came here last.
filled with the blood of ancient men, Robert said, but they're gone now.
Then it's up to us to recover them, before the Templars catch wind of this. You could join us in that cause.
I will. Only after I fix what I mangled back home.
It arrived last week.
Mission completed.
Wakey, wakey. I don't believe we've been formally introduced. Not in this era, anyway. I wish I could explain all this strangeness, but there isn't much time. The short of it is, you saw my beloved Juno. And for a brief moment, I thought she might occupy this tender body of yours. But something went wrong. And now, she's back out there, adrift. Oh, she was magnificent once. One of a race of beautiful, wonderful creatures. They created your kind. Did you know that? Your people were tools to them. That's all you have ever been. That's all you should ever be. One day soon, I hope. For the world is nearly ready for her return. Wired. Prepared for a second coming. Uh-oh. Here they come. Those Templars. Or maybe assassins this time. Idiots. All of them. I envy you. It was her wish that I be here to greet her. It was her experiment that made it possible for my rebirth as one of these things.
Stay down! Get down on your back! Now! He's got a gun!
Guide me into the grave, beloved! I am your instrument!
Put the gun down! Drop it! Drop your weapon! Clear! Check his vitals. He's bleeding fast. Check the victim.
Are you okay? Can you hear me? Hello? Talk to me. You alright?
Okay.
There you are. Thank God. I hope you feel well. You look good. Can you stand? Good. Try walking around.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. It's only 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18.
A doctor came by, said there wasn't anything to worry about. That the liquid in the syringe was far, far below a lethal dose. I feel terrible about all this. About everything. All our evidence pointed to you, but it was John all along. God, the things we found on his computer. Whatever you need, we'll provide. You've done an amazing job. Speaking of which, our trailer is finished. Would you like to see it? I owe you that much. There we go. I uploaded it to your database. You can watch it here or at your Animus. I think you'll love it. It really captures the essence of the era. So, take care. And again, thank you.
In a world where pirates rule the waves, these...
Don't really care. Don't really care.
What now?
Talk, you idiot. Look at the light.
Isn't that the battery? I think that's the battery. Hello? Hello? Look, sorry about this. My name is Sean, and back there is Rebecca, my partner in crime.
Hello.
Bloody good work earlier. Honestly, I mean it. Delivering us all that data. It's really just too bad that our man on the inside was such a, how to put it? Fanatic. Fanatic is the best word, I suppose.
We take who we can get.
Exactly. Well put. We saw in John an opportunity to burrow deeper into Abstergo's cloud servers, and I'm not ashamed to say we took it. Not realizing, of course, that he was enlisting you to help him. And to blame, should anything go wrong. I suppose it all worked out very nicely in the end. Most of it, anyway.
What Sean really wants to say is, if you're up for more hacking, we are too. John gave you level 3 security clearance before he died. You should use it. The assassins don't have the resources to pay you like the Templars do, but we'll make it worth your while.
Look, we should really cut it short, Bex. 20 seconds.
All right. Good luck.
Cheers, mate. And top-notch work. Really top-notch. Give yourself a pat on the back. And happy hacking.
Do a little bit of this. As long as it's not too tedious and onerous.
Surrogate Initiative, Test Session 32, January 11th, 1981. Host Eileen Bach, DNA sample SB1970.
Miriam? Miriam, is that you? Are you in here?
Bartle!
Oh, thank God you're safe. You've been very sick.
Bartle, how did they find you? Oh, Jesus, what would they do to you?
Has they hurt you at all?
I told them nothing. All they do every day is ask about you and that artifact. But I didn't tell them anything. Nothing.
I know you didn't, Miriam. But how are you? You aren't hurt?
Not badly, no. I'm fine.
Good. We need to get the message out to Oscar. Somehow. We need to tell him where...
Very interesting footage, Eileen. This is Germany, you said. World War II?
Most of the memories I've been able to access come from a period where Miriam was imprisoned by Nazis in Cologne.
Miriam. Is she still alive?
No, she was my ex-husband's mother. She passed away about 5 years ago.
Well, she was spirited. An impressive lady.
Definitely.
And the man, Bartle. He made reference to an artifact. Any idea what that is?
My team is looking into that, but it's not our first priority. We still need...
It is now.
Really?
You must have other recordings of this woman. Are there any other mentions of this artifact I should know about?
Half a dozen or so, yes. What's this about?
You have questions, I understand that. I don't have answers for you. Not right now, but I do have money. And if you get me those recordings and bring me any other artifact references you find, then I will triple your operating budget for as long as I can.
Triple my budget? My God, what is this?
9 a.m. Monday morning, my office. We have a lot to discuss.
But Lillian, I don't...
Have a good weekend, Mrs. Bach. Fantastic work.
Hello, this is Carl.
Hi, it's Eileen.
Hey, how are you?
Good. Busy, cold. The winter's been terrible.
Seamus won't like that. The weather's been mild out here.
Well, he's only coming for a month. He'll live. And I'll be so busy he won't have to worry about his mother bothering him.
Still working 12-hour days?
I should move a bed into my lab.
Look, if you're too busy, Seamus can stay with me.
No, I want to see him. We'll have fun.
You're not too busy to be a mom and a genius.
Of course not.
His flight lands at 8:15 p.m. tomorrow night. You'll be there?
Of course, 8:15.
p.m. Let him know you'll be there.
Thanks, Carl. I need to run. I'm sorry. Take care.
You too.
Ah, Eileen. Didn't see you come in.
I'm not interrupting?
No, it's fine. The subject is unconscious. He's traipsing around 18th century New Orleans right now, in the memories of a woman.
That must feel odd. How long has he been under?
83 minutes.
Whoa.
It's average. What can I do for you?
I just wanted to thank you for sending Lillian to see me. She came away very impressed.
There. You see, all these bureaucrats need is a little glimpse of our secrets every so often. They like to feel like they're still in charge.
Lillian is most definitely in charge. She just tripled my budget.
Tripled? Christ, Eileen. You must have discovered who killed Kennedy.
Well, she heard something on one of my tapes that interested her. Something about an artifact. Very vague, but it was enough.
An artifact? What sort of artifact? Jesus, get him out of there! Get him out!
Oh my God.
It'll kill him! He's not decoupled! He's having a fucking seizure! Power down! Now! Heart rate 170! Power down! Now! Eileen, Warren here. I was all ready to apologize for the late call, but you seem to be away. Maybe with your son. Listen. Since the unfortunate incident with Subject 1, there's been a lot of dire talk around the office about my Animus project. About shutting it down. About it being unsafe. Typical top brass bullshit. And if they shut me down, then your surrogate initiative goes away too. I'm sure you're already well aware of that. Well, let me be the first to reassure you. This will not happen. I will not let them take this from me. From us. I will not let one death, of an undiagnosed epileptic I should add, I will not let this destroy the decades of incredible research done by our predecessors, and the 5 years I've spent perfecting the Animus. There's still more work to be done, and countless rewards to be reaped. So I wanted you to be the first to know. I have decided to volunteer myself as my second subject. I am convinced that the Animus is perfectly safe, provided I stay within the boundaries of my own ancestral bloodline. Next week I plan to prove this by staying a full 4 hours in the Animus. I would be grateful if you and your team would monitor my progress. And after this necessary but ridiculous proof of concept, I give you my word that I will work closely with you to solve your outstanding problems. Your surrogate initiative is a bold idea, and I do believe it is the future of the Animus project. But while we have the Animus itself, I do not want to waste precious opportunities to prove its safety. I'll see you in the office on Monday. Goodbye.
Is that everything? Okay, sounds like it's everything.
Odd way to describe a job interview.
I don't know how to get it. Bouncy ball. I'm not going to spend too much time on these, I don't think. They're interesting, but ultimately kind of boring. know, I'm not going to do this anymore. Maybe later, but for right now I just want to finish up the game. Great Inagua, October 1722.
Gentlemen, how do you find it here?
It will work for us. But our goal must be to scatter our operations. To live and work among the people we protect, just as Altair ibn Lahad once counseled.
Well, until that time, it's yours as you see fit.
Edward, Captain Woods Rogers survived his wounds. He has since returned to England, shamed and in great debt, but no less a threat.
I will finish that job when I return. You have my word. Evening, Anne.
Edward?
I'll be sailing for London in the next few months. I'd be a hopeful man if you were beside me.
England's the wrong way around the globe for an Irishwoman.
Will you stay with the assassins?
No, I haven't got that kind of conviction in my heart. You?
In time, aye. When my mind is settled and my blood is cooled.
Sail ho! Coming into the cove!
You're a good man, Edward. And if you learn to keep settled in one place for more than a week, you'll make a fine father too. Of all the money that e'er I had, I spent it in good company, and all the harm that e'er I've done, alas, it was to none but me. And all I've done for want of wit, to memory now I can't. So felt parting glass. Good night and joy be with you all. Oh, here I had their sorry for my going away, and all the smiles there I've loved, they wish me one more day to stay. But since it falls unto my lot,
Round it all
that
on!
I should rise,
Toast the gallants and royals!
I'll gently.
Yeah, I know, I just want to see. long since retired by the 1720s, Lorena Torres still commanded great respect and admiration from the people of Cuba. In 1721, he was evidently able to muster a few regiments of Spanish troops for the purposes of a secret excursion somewhere in the West Indies. Torres and his regiment were never heard from again, and though the official record hints that Torres died peacefully at some point in this year, newly collected evidence suggests an altogether different story.
Clues down! Catch some wind!
Good night and joy be with
Father, did you always know how to sail a boat?
The Jackdaw is a ship, Jenny. Not a boat.
But did you always know?
No. No, I learned after leaving Bristol.
After you left Mother?
Well, I didn't leave without saying goodbye, that is. It was an arrangement, you see, between your mother and me.
She said you left her. She said you always talked about sailing a boat and making money in the New World.
I did always want to sail a ship. That's true. But not for a lark. To support us. To take care of her. And you.
Not me. Mother said you didn't know about me. She said you worked only once a year and that she never knew where to find you.
That's all true, and I'm sorry for that. If I'd known earlier, I might have come home. I hope that I would have.
Well, you were busy. That's what I think.
I was, but that wouldn't have mattered.
Can I steal your boat?
Boat? I see no boat here. Do you?
Oh, I mean ship, obviously. I don't see the difference anyway.
Ah, it's a very simple one, Jenny. A ship can carry a boat, but a boat cannot carry a ship.
Why then, everything is a ship. Large and small. But for my toy boat, the one I take into the bath with me.
That's a clever way of seeing it. Is it hard to talk about Caroline, Jenny? About your mother?
No. She passed some years ago. I miss her, but it's all right.
Was she in pain?
I don't know. I don't think so. She was very happy for quite some time. Then, not so happy. I didn't see her much after that. Then, she was gone.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry I wasn't there for you.
It's all right. You're here now. And we're on an adventure.
Only a little one, I hope. Can't handle too many more surprises.
Do you think we'll see a whale?
Yes, there's a very good chance.
And what about pirates? Will I see pirates?
No. Not much chance of that, I think.
Oh, that's rather sad. I should have liked to have seen one.
Tell you what, Jenny. As soon as these winds die a little, I'll let you steer the Jackdaw. One little trick of the helm before sundown.
Yay!
Hello?
Miss Jennifer Kenway, may I introduce myself?
Jennifer Scott, if you please.
I'm sorry, My daughter was raised by her mother, Caroline.
until she passed away some years ago. Jenny prefers to use her surname to mine.
Ah, please forgive my ignorance.
I will. She may not.
Father, help me.
This little rascal, however, is a Kenway. What's wrong, Haven?
I can't see the stage.
Up we go. How's that?
Fine. But won't your arms tire?
Hey, I'm not so old as that. But if they do, then we shall quit this posh gig and go and meet your mother for some chocolate and whites. How's that sound?
Yes, please.
Okay, hush now.
Okay, done. Done. still going on. Oh, okay. Oh, come on. pretty crazy at the moment, but... Okay, where are we at? Is that it? No, pirates were harmed. I've done all this. So, I'm going to quit for now. See if there's anything new to add in here. People. And Bonnie. Died unknown. After living and working in Nassau to no great purpose, Anne eventually fell for the roguish charms of Calico Jack Rackham, a man who already had fallen into and out of piracy. Rackham was just the sort of character to lure Anne away from her dull marriage. It was also around this time that Anne befriended Mary Reed, whose manly disguise she had seen right through. The two grew to be close friends, much to the consternation of Rackham, who threatened Mary with violence for flirting with his prize. Mary, to defuse the situation, revealed herself to Rackham too, much to his delight, no doubt. A few months later, for reasons not entirely clear, Anne, Mary, and Rackham raised a small crew, slipped aboard a moored schooner, and scaled from Nassau's port under cover of darkness. Their goal was to execute a series of swift robberies before retiring with enough gold to live on, but once again Rackham's incompetence proved disastrous. Within 3 months of setting out, Anne and Mary found themselves alone on the deck of their stolen, damaged schooner, fighting off waves of British soldiers as Jack and the rest of his crew lay below deck, passed out from a heavy night of drinking. They were outnumbered and quickly detained. The British authorities, surprised to find 2 women fighting so fiercely as pirates, deigned to make a show of their subsequent trial, but Anne and Mary had a plan of their own. Unbeknownst to the British soldiers, both were pregnant, Anne by Rackham most likely, and Mary by an unnamed sailor, a fact which they revealed just as the judge passed a sentence of execution on them. Owing to the fact of their being quick with child, the judge stayed their executions until they came to term. Some 4 months later, Mary had her child, but died soon after in prison of a terrible infection. Until now, Anne's fate was unknown. Lacking an execution log or a death certificate, it was commonly assumed that her father came to her rescue, paying the governor off and spiriting her back to the British colonies in North America. But we now know that the true story. The only question remains what to do with it. Born 1691, died 1720. Daughter of Emmet and Elizabeth Scott, Caroline was born to Bristol, England, given to a prosperous family of merchants. Read all that. Alas, his drunken antics and wild dreams strained the marriage beyond repair. To further complicate matters, Caroline discovered she was pregnant and could not fathom Edward being a responsible father to their child. She resolved then to leave her husband and live again with her parents. Edward was hurt by the idea, but the shock of it did nothing to cure his fantasies. Instead, he doubled down and left for the New World, vowing to prove himself a man of quality. Caroline had her child some months after Edward's departure, calling the girl Jennifer. In the ensuing years, Caroline lived a life that alternated between great joy and crushing grief. She had a beautiful daughter and a supportive mother, yet her father, ever resentful of Caroline's defiance, never treated her as a daughter again. In early 1720, tragedy struck with a slow but deadly force. Caroline fell ill and for many months languished at her parents' home, desperate to get well. Emmet Scott, believing his daughter's illness to be self-induced, did little to aid her. Unfortunately, the disease was all too real. Caroline Scott Kenway died in 1720 in her parents' home in Hawkins Lane in Bristol. Woodes Rogers. Now in poor health but high spirits, set about writing his memoirs. Upon their publication a few years, they were an immediate success and proved a great source of income, but this grief was offset by the sudden death of his son, a tragedy compounded by some months later by the wife's decision to leave him. Also at this time, Rogers was sued by his former shipmates for allegedly hoarding goods and money. I think I read that. Rogers arrived in Nassau at the head of the small fleet and half a dozen ships on the 22nd of July, 1718. Accompanied by Commodore Peter Chamberlain, he spent the first day negotiating with the pirates living there, hoping to entice each and every man on the island with the king's pardon. Rogers' hopes were quickly dashed by Charles Vane and his men, who blasted their way out of Nassau's harbor with the aid of a fireship. This minor setback hardly mattered, for Nassau was now in the hands of the British, just as Rogers had promised his king, and a number of his former pirates, Benjamin Hornigold among them, now sailed for him. Rogers set about renovating the city at once, first ridding it of its remaining rogues and rapscallions, and even going so far as to hang a number of men who refused the king's pardon yet remained on the island. But Rogers' swift initial success suffered an early complication when a huge portion of his crew took ill and died, likely of yellow fever. Another large portion of the soldiers who had accompanied him to Nassau departed with little warning for the colonies up north, and perhaps most troubling of all, Spain and England were at war again, making Nassau a likely target for Spanish aggression. He wasn't wrong. In March 1719, he got word that a Spanish fleet was on its way to attack his fragile town. Rogers had spent much of his own private fortune renovating the decrepit fort town, but he was still unprepared for a full Spanish assault. Much to his relief, the Spanish fleet turned away at the last minute and instead attacked a French settlement to the north. Rogers served as governor for 3 full years in Nassau, and although he did not suffer any more military threats after early 1719, his job was no less difficult. Dwindling finances and a general apathy among the population led to only modest improvement to the city. In early 1721, however, he caught wind that the king was unhappy with his performance in the fledgling community. Rogers decided to return to England to defend himself, but fell deathly ill before he could make the trip, and still later was wounded in a duel gone bad. Recuperating in Charlestown, South Carolina for some 6 weeks, he finally left for England in March of 1721. Arriving in England, he found that his worst fears come true. He had been sacked, and a new governor had been appointed to run the Bahamas. Worse yet, he was imprisoned for defaulting on the debts he had accrued during his time as governor, the same debts caused by the king's refusal to fund his term as governor. Rogers was eventually released from jail and spent the next few years recovering from this slight as best he could, until the publication of Charles Johnson's great history of the robberies and murders of the most notorious pirates, which painted Rogers in the heroic light for his single-minded quest to rid the seas of pirates. Propelled into the limelight once more, Rogers was given an excellent pension by the king and awarded a second shot at his old job. Rogers returned to Nassau in 1728 as governor once more, a post which he kept to the end of his life just 3 years later. Okay, done.